I can't carry on. I just can't. This is just so hard. I just want to cease to exist. I want to die. Have you ever been in a situation where those words come out of your mouth? Something drastic has happened, and that is what you come to. Hi guys! Welcome to my Keeping You Positive video. I know I've not done these in quite some time and I thought it is long overdue. So today's focus is talking about when a drastic or tragedy happens, a drastic situation or tragedy happens and you can't see past it. You're stuck and you can't see and can't seem to see the positives of carrying on, and you just feel like you would rather cease to exist. Okay, so for example, you are in a drastic situation from either your relationship of several years is breaking down, or you feel like you find out that your partner is cheating on you. You're getting a divorce, or or someone passes away, a relative, family member, whatever. Someone passes away, and you can't seem to see into tomorrow. You just feel like you would rather cease to exist. You would rather die. You would rather drop dead at this very moment in time than carry on further. I'm talking about when you process the situation. So say, for example, you're in a relationship for 5 years and your partner has left you, and you think, how am I going to carry on? Where am I going to go from here? Am I going to find someone else? This is so hard. I don't want to carry on. This is just too difficult to carry on. And then you think, I'd rather cease to exist. I'd rather no longer exist. I'd rather die. I just want to kill myself. Those things. So not the suicidal. I'm not talking about suicide. I am talking about that want to no longer exist because the situation is too difficult. So your situation has happened and your life feels like it's crumbling around you, and you think, how am I going to carry on? And then those thoughts kind of come into your mind. There are two sides to this. Sometimes there are some people that think, this is really hard, this is really difficult, I'm really upset about this, and that's it. They can then feel sad for a day, 2 days even, and then they just carry on forward. But then there's the other side of the people that think, I can't, and then they just can't see into the tomorrow at all. And that's what we're talking about today. And it all boils down to this one thing, and that is how much importance you are giving that person or that situation. You are putting, so let's say, for example, you've got somewhere to go, okay, and the weather is ridiculous. It is chucking it down and it's just ridiculous, okay, and you've got somewhere to go. So you give the weather enough importance to think about what you're going to wear, how you're going to dress for this weather, whether you need to kind of put more time into getting somewhere because of the possible traffic or delays or etc. That's because at that moment in time, the weather has a significant value, and therefore you're transferring that value onto it. Now, let's say you don't need to go anywhere. You've not got to go anywhere at all. You can, and the weather is just as bad. But you don't think about what you're going to wear in that weather because there's no need for any transference of any importance onto the weather when it doesn't have an impact. That is what I mean when you giving something importance. So let's say now we're looking at when a situation of your partner of 5 years has left you. So you think, what am I going to do now? They've left me. That's it. And how am I going to progress? How am I going to move forward from this? How am I going to ever be happy again? I would rather I can't. It's too hard. It's too hard to carry on from this. I would rather cease to exist. I would rather die. I would rather kill myself. Those thoughts come into your mind at that point. And that's because of the amount of importance you've transferred to this breakdown of your relationship. And what we need to do instead is see it for what it really is. And that is, yes, a difficult situation. Yes, hard and upsetting. But you then need to see it as it's a relationship that broke down. If that person probably would have stayed, they're not happy right now. They would never have been happy regardless of how far we get into this relationship. Then you would have been in an unhappy relationship. And is that really a relationship? Not really. And then see it for the fact that you have been in other breakups before. Or you have been in situations before where you have no longer talked to a certain person, not because of you broke up, but because you drifted apart. And was it really that drastic that you couldn't move forward? So you need to see them for what they really are, as opposed to this difficult situation that you can't get past. You need to see the wider picture, the bigger picture from this situation. Ways in which of doing this is, first and foremost, we need to increase our self-worth. There are a few ways in which we can do this. We need to focus on our own positives. We need to give ourselves importance and significance in our lives, because if we don't, no one else will. If we don't put ourselves in the forefront as, no, I am important, then no one else will put you in the forefront either. You have to do it first to yourself, to let other people know that you are important. And you have to do it non-judgmentally. You might think, oh, but if I give myself importance in this situation, I might hurt X person because they will feel like I'm treading on their toes, or they will feel like I'm putting myself before them. They needed something done, I can't do it, but I have to make it happen, because then they'll feel bad. But what about the amount of energy and effort you're putting into this to make sure that you meet this expectation that they've got, and at the end of it you're miserable, just so you don't make anyone else miserable? We need to drown out the negatives. Not just other people in our lives and other situations, ourselves as well. Our own negative inner voice. We need to learn to drown it out and focus on the positives. When you're putting yourself down, you say some horrible, nasty things. Oh, you're so ugly, you're so fat. How on earth does anyone like you? If anyone else said those very words to us, we would hit them. We'd be like, how dare you? How dare you say to me that I'm ugly or I'm fat, or how on earth does anyone ever love me? Why do we allow ourselves to say those things to ourselves? Never, and I mean never. I know the old saying goes, never say never, but in this situation I am saying never. Never allow anyone, not even yourself, tell you that you are not significant or not important enough. So, few things to take away from today's video. You have the power on how much significance you put on situations. You have the power to let everyone else know how important you are by how much importance you put on yourself. And self-worth and growing and increasing your self-worth is vital. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video, and I hope the stuff that I've covered makes sense. So please like, share, subscribe to my channel. And if you have any topics or anything that you'd want me to cover, may they be topics, may they be self-help books, comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Other than that, please remember, we are in this together, and I'll see you again soon.